Hey everyone, how are you doing? It is a warm Monday again. We've got a little bit of rain and we've got a lot to talk about from my training for the Chicago Marathon from this past week. So I want to catch everybody up about what's going on. The weather here in New York has been just brutal. I mean, it's been so hot and humid, and it's impacted my training. It's impacted my plans for that past particular week. That was supposed to be a pretty good solid mileage week with a 14-mile long run on the weekend, and I'll tell you right now, it just didn't happen. My main issue has been the humidity, and I always talk about how consistency is really the key to this training for the marathon. That's what I believe, that's what I'm trying to do for myself, but there's also an element of trying to be safe out there, and everyone knows I sweat a lot if you've been watching my channel, and the humidity has just been unbearable. I mean, this is a shot from inside my house. Almost every morning it's like this. I mean, you can even see behind me right now, the window is frosted with water, not with a frosted glass or anything like that. This is just water on the window, water from my upstairs down through the living room. You can see on every window. My car was unbelievably soaked. I mean, this was not a day with rain. This was just condensation from the humidity in the air. And it has been absolutely wild. I spent a day last week in the city. I was going to pick up a suit for a friend's wedding. I had to do stuff in my office, and it's just been so tough to run outside. So I've been running a lot indoors, and I'll actually send you mostly to my Strava. You can follow all my training there. I always put it in the link down below. That's the best place to follow along with the most details for each of my runs. And I've been doing what I can, and the reality is I just hit this weekend with the 14-mile run planned right in the morning. It was just so unbelievably hot and humid. This was kind of my reaction when I stepped outside. This is crazy. It didn't even rain last night, and it's so wet outside. It feels like a sauna. And so I've really just been struggling to, get above those 10-mile runs, really be able to sustain any kind of pace if I'm doing a longer run for, again, over 10 miles. So I did what I could on the treadmill. I got a few long runs in. I was able to at least match my mileage from the prior week. And now going into this week, I'm going to be traveling to Arizona. And I'm actually looking forward to the change. I'm thinking this week, I'll be able to do a little bit more running in the mornings in the dry weather. I'm really actually looking forward to that dry change of weather compared to the humidity. I think I'll have a good week this coming week. And it's not lost on me. I'm not going to try and jump from my last long run of 12 miles to my next one of like 15 or 16 miles. I'm still going to work on getting these 14 miles in. The week coming up where I'm traveling in Arizona was supposed to be a lower mileage week again. But what I'm going to do is just push through and probably try and get that 14 miles in out in Arizona one early morning when it's cooler and dry in the desert heat. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be the plan. And I'm hoping that it works out just fine for me. I'll be in a nice big house there with a pool and everything, so I think it'll feel really good to get out for a nice early morning cool desert run and jump in a pool once we're all set. So that'll be the plan for the training. Again, last week has just been so brutal. I've seen a lot of you mention how hot it's been, runs you just haven't been able to go on, and it's been the same for me. I'm not great at running in humidity. I'll generally try and do it outside. I'll mix in a few shorter runs indoors on the treadmill, but I just couldn't get up to 14 miles indoors on a treadmill. It was driving me insane already with the mileage I was doing, so I did what I could. I'm trying to balance everything out, and I just wanted to be open and honest about, what the weather's been doing to me and how it's been impacting the training. So I'm going to try and pivot and just move the weeks a little bit. Again, change of scenery in Arizona, change of weather, change of dryness or humidity, and we'll see if we can get it done. So with all that said, let's get outside and go for a run now. Oh boy, I can feel the humidity. Let's go. Still 90% humidity. Still feels like I'm running through a pool. It's just crazy. I've never felt it this humid before, but we'll see how it goes. Been watching a ton of the World Athletics Championships in Oregon, so that's been a lot of fun. Let me know your favorite track event if you've been watching as well. hard to hold the camera with my hands so sweaty from all this humidity. It makes it so hard to hold anything. Well, that heat and humidity is unbelievable. 4 miles done. I'll put it up on your screen now. And you know, all we can do about last week is just build off of it. I still feel okay about it. I got a decent amount of total mileage in, but I'm just struggling and looking to hit those long runs. You know, my 14 mile would have been my long run last week. You know, should be going into 15, 16 in the coming week. So got to make up that 14. Got to find a way to do it with a little less humidity or something. But either way, that's all I got for today. Gonna go get some dinner, call it a day.